Okay, can we stand for the pledge of allegiance? Start, ready? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Lincoln County Commission to order, regular session, March 17th, 2016. Members present: Darrell Baker, Phoebe Harless, Charles Matthews, KK Matthews. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting of March 3rd, 2016? All in favor say aye. Ayes, carries. Under public comment, do we need to, let's look and see if anybody's. Okay, David Webb has signed in to speak from the Solid Waste Authority.
I just wanted to let you know real quick, we looked at our numbers as far as doing cleanup this year. We just had a meeting we just came from, and it looks like by cutting it in half from last year that we would be able to do that with the funds that we're going to have. And we have looked at the areas where we get the most bang for our bucks as far as the cleanup sites, and that appears to be Harts Creek, West Hamlin, Griffithville, and Ranger. Those four areas, and that kind of spreads it kind of equal over the county. Allen Creek area has some different plans that they're going to do over there, and I think we'll have enough money to do that. All we would ask is, as we go along, and we understand the budget situation, if there is anything that comes down the pike as far as some money that can be used, we can use it to set up some other cleanup facilities. But other than that, we have a plan in motion to take care of it.
Good. All right, Daniel Fry is on here, on the agenda already under public comment, and has signed in. You're from the, Daniel, okay, you're from the West Hamlin
Yes.
part of town?
Yes. Thanks for the opportunity to come and speak. What we got is we just recently put up a 40 by 40 metal 3-bay garage building annexed off of our station for all of our swift water and our hazardous material. We've got a hazardous material trailer. We've got 6 boats that are mainly used outside of our district. 90% of the calls that they respond to aren't in West Hamlin. We're always in Duval, and we went to Guyan River some. But I'm here to request some funding to complete that building. We're going to try to put some spray foam insulation in it to keep that building from sweating, condensating, dripping on all the equipment that's in it. Finish the gas and the electricity. It doesn't have electricity in it yet. But like I said, we currently own and maintain the rapid response and decontamination unit, as well as many other tools and resources relating to hazmat situations or emergencies. The resources are currently contained within those trailers, and that trailer had been sitting outside in the weather, had been vandalized, people had broken into it, people backed into it, so it was costing us money for that to sit outside. We had a hot water heater in it that had frozen. The water had set in that pipe in it, and it froze and busted the coil. And just the trailer deteriorated. There was a lot of temperature sensitive equipment in it. There's hazmat suits, and there are plastic suits that you wear to do decontamination. We also, like I said, we house the swiftwater boats that are used throughout the county. These boats are kept in a controlled environment. They got to be protected from the UV rays of the sun to keep from breaking down the rubber raft material. We recently just entered a countywide swiftwater mutual aid to render services to every other department in the county. They need our boats or people. And we've taken some steps to try to accomplish this goal. We got a loan initially to do this building. We had to have the land graded. There were some people in the community that donated us some equipment and stuff to help do the land and all that, but basically, we just need help trying to get this building completed to get everything in a ready status. Where our boats sit now, they're sitting in a little garage that's built behind our station, and the door's too short to keep our boats ready to go. We gotta come in, we gotta blow them up every time we go to use them. So, I mean, that's wasted time for us to get, from here to there. They've got light bars that, it's just, the building's not suitable for it. And the hazmat trailer had to stay locked up, so you had to, it's not ideal for us, so.
So you've already started, you're just trying to.
Yes, what we want was the money to put the spray and foam insulation inside of it, put electricity in it, put a gas heat in it.
What do you,
$6,000.
is there any money, I'm really not familiar with how that money works when it comes to the levy for the fire.
There was a best specific.
Do you all keep one account or two accounts?
We actually have 3.
Three? How much, I know some of the levy money is designated for training and stuff like
Yes.
that, but that's correct.
In our levy account right now, we got $22,000, and out of our levy account, we pay all everyday bills, truck maintenance, gas, utilities, water, sewer, everything. 90% of our money comes out of electric, or out of the levy. Our general account's used for training, for food to take our people to and from, and it's more lenient with our general account. It's brought in by fundraisers and billing from our runs. We've got $16,000 in it right now. And the state, we depleted the most of our state account to do this building. And it's down to $6,000 right now. And we pay a $4,000 a month quarterly truck payment out of it. We also pay all of our workers' comp and all of our vehicle and land insurance on all of our, all of our station property.
And so this really is a matter, it does affect response time.
Absolutely.
And I think that, when I was talking to Mr. Barrett, I think about it the other day, you're actually looking at saving people's lives.
Yes.
If you have that available in opportune time, as far as not having to go through pumping them up and things
Yeah,
like that.
that's correct.
How much money do you all think that you all put into that building now? And, do you have any idea?
The building was $13,000. We put a $7,000 floor in it, so we're right at almost $20,000.
And that's not counting the free work.
Correct. Branch and Lumber donated us an excavator. Fountain State Waste donated another excavator and a dump truck to help us do that dirt work. That's not count. We already bought the stuff, the gas piping and everything to do our service with. We just haven't bought the heater or had the gas service installed.
Because I talked with my son Neil, he worked, I think, at getting a boat or something over before,
Yes.
you all and things like that.
Yeah, through
That was
EDA.
one of the things he was telling me, that he felt that with you all being county-wide response on it, that it's best to have it located like we're trying to do and have it available for everybody. Things of that nature, so.
but there's no county or everything's designated under.
The type of stuff they have, the equipment they have to respond, I think you all have the only equipment of that type.
Yeah, we got 6, and there's 2 big Swiftwater boats that are motorized. We have 4 3-men that you have to paddle. Basically, they're for backwater and stuff like that. The big ones, there's no one else in the, Duval bought them a little boat, and Allen Creek has a boat. And we're trying to get this Swiftwater, basically like Cabell County has a dirt team. We're basically trying to start one in Lincoln County to where Duval people can come to us, get on our equipment, we can go, or we can go there. We're just trying to unite, basically. But, we've got the abundance of the Swiftwater supply in the county.
I just wonder if some of the other departments that depend on them could chip in a little bit. I don't know, let us think about it, see what we can do. We're approving our budget for the next fiscal year, still running all of our current ones.
Have you brought that before the Firemen's Association?
The county, maybe that's something we need to think about doing, and see if they could chip in a little bit. Do you think that's
I think, draw from all the resources that we can, for sure.
It can't hurt.
Right. All right, we'll see what we can figure out.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, James Stacy.
I'll be real brief. I just wanted to introduce myself. Of course, my name's James Sace. I'm running for the House of Delegates here in the 16th District, which includes Hamlin and a little bit over in West Hamlin area. Mainly, I just wanted to come down here this evening to listen to the commission meeting and see what the concerns were going on down here, and just to let everybody know that I'm available to discuss issues or concerns that people have. Like I said, I'm running for the House of Delegates, but I'm doing it for the people. I want to try to help out. I grew up here in Lincoln County, so I think that I'll be a good one to represent Lincoln County. So, like I said, just want to make myself available for any questions or comments after the meeting or whatever. I'll stick around for a few minutes.
Thanks
That's
for
all good.
coming.
Thank you.
Okay, under discussion, concerns, and action, we have Mr. Webb here for a drawdown request. How are you, Mike?
It's warmer this time than last time. I have Small City Block Grant Drawdown number 18 for the Francis Creek Water Project, and it's for $9,418.80, and it's for the one invoice from the overall officer for that amount.
I motion we approve the request and give the president authorization to sign.
All in favor, say aye. Motion carries.
And since we are working with Francis Creek, and if we need to hold off on this grant, the intergovernmental agreement with Lincoln Transmission and the Logan PST, just showing where Logan PST will take responsibility once the project is complete, just needs you guys' signature on it. And then if you want to hang on the edge of the government, you can signature it afterwards. So if you guys want to hang on it, send it back to
We can do it.
That's fine.
The next, we'll do it at the next commission meeting.
Either way, I would say whatever works, and again, I just need to, once you get signed off on, then we can send it off and have you come to sign off.
Okay, Mary, do you want to keep that?
Yeah.
When we go get Francis Creek finished?
I imagine it should be finished, so I always do it in the middle of March. By the end of April, it should be finished. They've already done the substantial completion certification for them, and they're doing punch list items at this point. So that, I can't imagine that they're more than 60 days the most, and that was back in late February.
I was at Alcoa today for a bridge dedication thing, and it looked like they were turning some water on over there.
I was at Alcoa's today for a construction meeting, and they say, and I don't want to, this isn't a deadline, but they hope that within 2 weeks, they can turn on the water to some people. They're testing more lines at this point, so that one's coming very close as well.
I thought it looked like they were
Yeah.
doing something serious there. All right, I thought they were turning the water on.
They're very close.
Just one more quick, you're having the Lower Meth project.
Yes. Yes.
I know there's a lot of people ask me, what's the next step? I mean, where are we at with that?
Okay, well, of course, phase one just got funding with Small City, so it can start taking steps. We can do the upfront documentation, we can do the environmental, everything gets done. Hopefully, we can start advertising for bids before the end of the year as far as that goes for construction, if not sooner. Phase two, you guys don't have to act on anything tonight, obviously. If you guys want us to look in, see if we can get in line to do a Small City application for it again, I can ask for a waiver from the development office. Because if you have one not already in construction and in completion, they need at least a waiver to say you can submit. I mean, you get the funding, but everything in line.
It's my notion we ought to go ahead and do it.
That's fine. If we get stuff into the infrastructure council by April 10th, we still have a chance to submit by May 23rd as far as that goes. If for some reason we can't get all the information into the infrastructure council by April 10th, we can still submit for an ARC application for the same, for $1 million for it, maybe not 1.5, but $1 million. Their application deadline at the end of the year, a bit further out, but we can still do that.
But as far as phase one started construction, looking at the spring or something other, or?
Maybe sooner.
Maybe sooner.
Yeah, because you guys got all the funding at one time. It wasn't split year, so all I gotta do is really get the environmental going, get the review done. Once that's approved, and then we can, everything else is in place to move ahead.
And we can go ahead and put that on the agenda, the next agenda. To get the one.
Yeah, just, as soon as you guys get started.
Yeah. Oh, we can get that moving now.
Our next meeting is until
No.
right?
No,
When is
no,
our
our
next
next meeting is April 7th, but we
But
have to
then-
recess until
the
April
19th.
April 19th.
But we can be in motion as far as doing things more anyway, prior to that, because we're gonna do the ARC application anyway. We're kind of overlapping the work session.
All right, just keep us.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a question that I wanted to bring up, so we put it on here. As you both know, we had a vehicle hit out here the other evening, and she is going to need a car while hers is being worked on. Wanted to know if she could drive a county vehicle. I felt like we needed to decide if that was okay, or we should.
Sort of into insurance, and insurance usually provides that.
I don't even know if it's going to be enough to even meet our deductible. I told her to get a claim and see how much it's gonna cost, and then we'll go from there on what to, because we have $1,000 deductible. And then what do you think?
You know, just my thinking, well, I think if we know how much it's gonna cost is one thing, you need to decide, but, you know, one of the things that you've gotta be concerned about is, you know, liability involved with using a county vehicle, taking it home, things like that.
I mean, she's covered to drive it, I just didn't feel comfortable telling her to do that without.
Like, she's covered to drive it at work. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem you get into when you start going home and things like that. And not that I'm against it, if that's what the commission wants to do, I think it's fine. I think that you really want to look at, make sure that, number one, what it's gonna cost to get it fixed, and if it exceeds what, you know, we're able to pay, then I can make the insurance handle the problems.
Why don't we call and see if what they would do on a rental car before we. Mhm. Okay, that's the way we'll move forward with it. All right, we have Ms. Gayfart here with our order for the Tony Curb edition. Thank you, Jim, for getting this, and it's in your packet. And you just wanna.
Yeah, I'll go through it.
Okay.
Hopefully everyone's had a chance to review the complete packet. Obviously, the memorandum and the proposed petition, as well as the proposed agreed order, and the exhibits. As mentioned in the memo, I've done no independent investigation or survey or anything of that nature. Everything in the petition is based upon information primarily provided by our clerk and assessor. And they were provided copies of all of this as well, and hopefully have read it. And if the commission votes to approve and direct me to file this, there's an order to memorialize the vote. The petition can be filed tomorrow. I'll need a representative, I presume in most cases, that's the president, to sign a verification, and you'll be verifying the truth of the factual allegations in the petition. So I'm sure you'll want to touch base with our clerk and assessor and feel confident about that verification. Once it's filed, and the copies were all provided for your review, they'll be reviewed again one more time for any typos or anything else. Signed by me, verified by you, filed in the court tomorrow. And immediately, if they haven't already been, I'm suggesting that someone, whether that be you or someone else on behalf of the county, communicate with whoever you've been communicating with Logan County, to determine that they will have an opportunity to put it on their agenda, vote, similarly memorialized, preferably by an order, so that we can document all this and put it away for future reference in that regard. If they vote to approve the execution of the agreed order, that we'll have an original that someone from the commission here, someone from the commission there will sign. I will sign. It'll be presented to the judge. Even though when we file it tomorrow, we'll be putting it in the hands of the clerk to forward to the Logan County Sheriff to serve in proper legal manner upon the commission. we don't have to wait for that to be done. If they proceed and vote and execute the agreed order, it can be presented to the judge, and, I don't know what their meeting schedule is, but upon their execution hours and presenting to the judge, I'm sure that the judge will sign the order. From that point, someone, and I would suggest it be someone who has some people skills, will take, based upon information provided by the clerk and or assessor, all owners and residents of the affected area, a copy of the notice, which you can put on commission letterhead and sign, almost in letter form if you want. But it be somebody who's capable of answering questions if the person has any questions when you serve that on all of those residents. That doesn't need to happen before the order is effective. It's effective when the judge signs it. But it does trigger the right of any person that should choose to raise an issue to do so.
Okay.
But it'll be effective upon the time it's entered. And then I suppose it's a matter of affected persons taking advantage of the entry of that order, presentation to whether it's 911 or any other entity that's questioning where they live or where their address should be or any of those kinds of things. And if the commission does vote, and you're going to be available tomorrow, then you and I can sit down and go through this and maybe even make up a checklist for you,
Okay.
so that we can make sure everything that needs to get done gets done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'll come down tomorrow so we can get it going.
So basically, you need a motion,
A motion, a vote, execution of the order.
the motion itself, as far as what you need in that is the order to, in regard to the petition to change the border between Lincoln County and Logan County, and to allow you to proceed with it. Is that what-
Filing the petition and approving anticipatorily the entry of the agreed order, assuming that Logan County is willing and prepared to also agree to the order as.
I'll make that motion based with the verbiage that he just stated there.
I'll say.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Do you want us to go ahead and sign this while we're all here, and then we can get this?
Of course, I should sign the order as presented to the commission. And then if the commission members sign it, you can then present it to the clerk to be recorded and entered as.
Jim, help me out real quick. To allow you to file the petition and just.
In the form as presented, and take all appropriate necessary action, in pursuit of the, petition, as well as, approving the, president to sign an agreed order in the event Logan County is willing to also sign the agreed order. And that would conclude the legal action. We file this, if they wanted to fight it, they would file an answer to the petition and we would have a lawsuit. If they review the petition and they agree to what we're asking for, then it's a simple matter of the two parties signing an agreed order, presenting to the court, and the court, of course, signing.
What does Daryl do with this? Does he file this in his order book, or why did he?
Yeah, this is a commission order.
Just commission order.
Right.
Does this need to notarize too?
I don't know whether you normally notarize all orders of the commission, but
No.
I wouldn't think.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and I'll be down
Jim, we
tomorrow.
really appreciate this. We know how busy you are. and
I was up at 4:30 this morning working. Not that I hadn't worked on it before, but, I'm in a position where I'm deadline driven, you know, which is why you asked me to come to this meeting, I understand. So,
We appreciate it. Thank you
I'll
very
see you
much.
tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see ya.
Thank you, Gina.
Hey, that's on 625.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is update on the PSD. I spoke with KK earlier. Can't find the letter to him.
I sent it electronically last year, and, I had a new hard drive installed on my computer at the beginning of this year. But I called, I spoke with, I had, that communication with the assistant prosecutor, and then, two more, phone calls, communications with them. So, I think we moved to send another letter.
Do you wanna try to get a hold of them and get a copy of what you sent, just so we can have it for the file? And I'm sure they have it, it's not the
Well,
only.
it's in email, I'm sure they do.
Okay, then we'll have it, so we'll know.
Well, I mean, we can still send a letter if that's what you all wanna do. I mean, I think the whole process here is to get some type of resolution for them to act. Is that right?
It wouldn't, I mean, I got no problem either way you wanna do it, I just think it'd be easy for Mary to call them and see if they got a copy.
That's exactly right.
That way
And
you
we
can just,
can
you can
just-
You
just.
can call, and then if we need to file another letter, we can. It's, I mean,
And I can do that,
it's
cause we
relatively
already
easy.
ready to
You're
do,
the one drafting
right.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have Mary call up to the federal prosecuting attorney's office and get all
I'll
the.
speak to the assistant US prosecutor.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I can't find it there, did you send a copy of USDA you said, or something?
No,
They
no,
forwarded it?
that was from my communication with them, supposedly.
Oh, they
Forwarded
were
to the
supposed to do
USDA,
it.
to the,
Okay.
but I think that, I don't know whether our letter was forwarded to the USDA. I think that there was some communication with USDA, but with my communication with them, I think that
That's what
that's
the
the
letter
avenue that was being pursued. I don't know if the USDA was taking any action. I mean, I left that, after I called initially to follow up because I sent it in an email. And then I spoke with some people in the area and wanted to know what was going on, so I called again, and I left it at that. And that's when I found out USDA and all that stuff. So, that's where it's at. I mean, I'm sure that they may be willing to share or share the information that they have.
We will keep plugging along with this. So Mary, put it on our next meeting and we'll see where we are with it then. Okay, under new business, we have some of our normal business. We have a couple of things on here I want to mention. We have the budget, need to approve the budget for 16-17 year. And after we do that tonight, Mary will go and send it to the auditor's office, pass out a copy to everybody tomorrow. And another thing that's on here is, that Mike mentioned, is our Small Cities Block Grant, which was big news for us, and we are so happy to get. So we're going to proceed as quick as possible with this. And it was an exciting day, wasn't it?
Yes, it
We
was.
went up there not knowing what we were going to get. When we got the whole amount we needed, it was,
That doesn't happen all the time, or pulled out in the first year. That's a good thing.
and we appreciate everybody that worked on that to help us get that. Also, I have that. And Daryl has got a grant I want to mention in his office.
Big check.
Oh, yeah, he's got his check here.
Big check.
For record management and preservation grant for $11,650. Good job, Daryl.
We
Had to
appreciate
mention
it.
that.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept all the new business?
I move that we accept the business.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So, the new business has been approved. Mary, did you get a hold, under discussion here, did you get a hold of the person at the state road?
I did, he was going to check into it, he wanted to know if I needed to worry about,
The Moore Road, we're still trying to,
like, the location, everything, but he did kind of agree with Doc, if it's been paved,
okay.
he said, you're sure it's been paved? I said, well, that's what they tell me, I've never been
I
there.
have
Yes, that's what they
pictures,
tell me."
I have
So,
pictures that
yeah.
someone forwarded to me today that
He
lives up
said
there.
that
so
something's
we
out,
can-
if we, if he,
Talk
they,
to Greg.
yeah, if they have paved it before,
Yeah.
then he he didn't say it, but I took it that it kinda felt like they would be paving, or taking care of it.
Yeah, there's a prosecutor's opinion in Lincoln County from Lloyd Jackson about similar type money spent on state roads and then having to keep it open. And in his opinion, legal opinion.
He did say he needed to look, he's gonna look into it just a little bit, he called me back, and he said he'd call me back and everything. so.
Okay, when he calls you back, tell him we have some photographs
Okay.
and stuff of it, if that would help.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I have, I just wanted to mention that, and we'll put that on our next agenda.
Okay.
For us to follow up on that too, because we really need to get that addressed. If they have to. I mean, it is almost, and they can hardly get up the hill, it's so bad.
According to Neil, he's the one that told me about this contact there. This is the guy that decided, so, if he's in
Okay.
favor, I think that would help us a lot, so.
He kinda acted like he was waiting for a call, so.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he
Yeah, I
may
think
be on
there
it.
have been some contacts.
Yeah.
made.
Okay, does anybody else take any of anything?
No, I've talked to Alan, there was trying to get the, power poles installed at the Yawkey site. So we've just been trying to contact AEP and get work orders and permits and all that stuff, but hopefully that's gonna go up soon, as far as all the power poles. They have to have.
Yeah, he was over at the flood mitigation thing, he was there, he was
Yeah.
talking about the site and things like that.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. We had that Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, yeah.
And it was packed. There was standing room only in that cafeteria. I don't know how many people. I can't.
He said that there were 50 people.
Yeah, I think
Oh, there was at
there was
least.
50 when I started, stopped counting, so there's a little few more coming in there. And I think it's a really good thing because they got an idea of what we were doing, plus we got a lot of people signed up to potentially get some of that money to help them out there, so. The only thing I have is I just wanted to make comment concerning the funding on Mud River, Northern Mud River project. I want to thank everyone involved, because there's many people that helped get this money. But I did work with Senator Kirkendall and Delegate Eldridge, and I know, in talking with the governor a little bit when we presented it, that they pretty well aggravated him about it. So, but it really helped, I think, keeping it in front of him and letting him know how important it was to us and things of that nature. And I also feel confident that both those people have committed already for the second round of funding, if we can get it, for down there to get it completed too. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those two, because I know I aggravated them many times over the last month, and I know they aggravated the governor, but sometimes that's what it takes. But I did want to thank them in the meeting tonight, because they did do a lot of work in the legislature, and also with their work on the whole severance bill and things of that nature. They really helped us with that too. So I just wanted to say thank you to them, and we do appreciate everyone's help in getting this money.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank all of you all with that money that was put into the project. It was over $470,000 to make sure that lower mud, not even counting Bulger, got completed. And that was big for this commission, I think. Secured 2 projects. Good job.
Okay, I'll never get this, Mayor. We are not adjourning. We are going to recess until Tuesday, April 19th, and we have to set a time of July 11th.
Right.
Do you all, what do you want to do, 6 that day on Tuesday, or?
That's fine for me.
Good for you? Okay, so do I have a motion to recess until Tuesday, April 19th at 6?
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
We will recess until April 19th then.
Then we have our next commission.